What's up, doll collectors, hobbyists, fabsome besties? I'm Toya, an adult doll collector. Welcome to my miniverse. I'm doing a little cleaning. Well, I was supposed to be cleaning, but I ran across this house I made a few years ago. It is from our one-day DIY studio apartment video. It is completely dusty right now, but it does have a bathroom with a shower. Over the years, I have taken a few parts from it, like the shower head, but it's removable. There's a little fireplace detail on the other side. Then there's a kitchen area. We have a little dusty couch here and a bed and a window. When I made this room, I put the cabinets a little too high, and it's like 20 inches to the back, so it's not the easiest thing to store. Let's clear it out. And dust. This has been sitting in a back room for a while. So here is the space. This foam board is kind of soft. I do like a sturdier foam board, so I'm okay with replacing some of the walls. And we totally need to lower these cabinets. Even Nigel would have a difficult time getting something off the top shelf. And he's an Integrity Toys doll that kind of towers over a Ken doll. And I think I want the bathroom built into the space so that it's permanent. So I think we need to push out this wall. I begin cutting down the corner. All right, that wall's gone. It might be easier to just remove all the walls. Oops, I tore some of the paper, but I have to move it. So let's just keep going. And this is tricky. Come on. Oh, there we go. We are going to keep the kitchen in this area, but we're going to lower the cabinets to about here. And our walls are 18 inches tall. Let's take 2 inches off the top so they stop at 16 inches. Done. Let's take some brick scrapbook paper and cover the visible areas. On second thought, let's go with this one. Let's add contact paper to the appliances to give them a little shine. Then let's glue the cabinets in place. It was a subtle change, but I think it looks a lot brighter. On the other side, I take scraps of foam board from previous projects and cut 2 rectangles that are 3 inches wide. I cut another piece at 5.5 inches wide and some 5.5 by 1.5 inch shelves. I glue the shelves to one of the 3-inch boards. I cut a small piece of foam board to close off the bottom and another for the top. Add the 5.5 inch back wall, then glue on the other 3-inch side to make a shelving unit. I want to make a small bathroom over there. So let's add another 16 inches of floor space out to the side. Where are we going to store this? I don't know. We will worry about that later. I removed any excess glue. Then I hot glue the floor in place. Add a back wall. I draw a line that is 6 3/4 inches from the back wall. That is all the space we have for our bathroom. I cut scrapbook paper and glue it down for the floor. I add a 1-inch strip to the back, then add a marble scrapbook paper up the wall. Let's remove the sink from the old bathroom, and I want to replace the counter, so let's carefully remove that. I cut a piece of foam board and cut out the center. Take the center and cut it into a few smaller pieces. Glue them underneath on the sides of the cutout. Add 2 more pieces on the other side. Add another piece across the bottom to make a recess. Glue it back on top of the cabinet. For some reason, I thought adding Mod Podge would be a good idea. It wasn't. So now I'm just trying to correct that mistake and make it look like a little texture, because we have to live with it. But the bathroom's going to be tucked away in that corner, so maybe nobody will know. Let's take the caps from 3 old markers. Let's cut off this little piece here, then bend it to make a handle. I took another one from another marker and bent it slightly. Take the handle and place it next to it. We can add another one on the other side. glue or push them into the countertop to make a faucet. These markers still work good enough, so we're going to put the rest of the cap back on. I cut down the old mirror that came from an OMG box, place it above the sink. Let's add the old toilet. However, it does seem a little small. We might have to replace it with one from the dollar store. I have some clear plastic from some picture frames. I cut a rectangle that's about 3.5 inches wide. I glue it onto the side of the counter to make a divider for the shower. Oh man, my mirror has a little bump in it. Do you see that? So I'm replacing it with a mirror from the dollar store. Good thing it was only taped on. But I do have to glue the new one in place. Let's take some buttons and another one of those little hook things from a marker cap. I stack and glue a few buttons together, stack and glue a few more buttons, connect the two stacks of buttons with the part of the pen to make a shower head. Glue another cut piece of a pen cap onto another button to make a handle, then glue them into the shower. We need to cover this seam, so I'm gluing on a wood grain scrapbook paper. I want to keep the core of the house neutral, but all that gray was feeling a little cold to me, so I thought we could throw a little brown in there to warm it up. Now we need to patch this floor, but I changed printers from when I first made this space, so I'm having a difficult time getting the browns to match. But hey, this wouldn't be a home renovation without a few obstacles, right? While the printer is printing, let's replace the faucet in the kitchen. With our pen parts, we can add black push pins in the bathroom for knobs. I have some old earbuds. Let's cut one. I have a little plastic spatula from the dollar store. It came in one of the Dollar Tree doll fashion packs. I cut off the handle, so I'm left with the doll hand bracket and a small hole. I run the end of the cord through the hole, then glue it to the wall under the shower head. And I glued the small hand bracket to the wall as well, so we can hang the earbud to look like a handheld shower head. I found a larger toilet and I already replaced it, so the bathroom is just about finished. Let's cut and glue down the printables. I cut a 3-inch wall. Let's glue it on the side of the bathroom to divide the space. Let's take leftover foam board, cut and glue it together to make a platform. I cut another board for the side wall. Once it's glued on, the bathroom might be kinda dark. So I cut out a large window so we can have more light in that corner. I cover one side with scrapbook paper and I put a small piece of the bathroom flooring underneath the cutout. Let's glue it in place. Cover the platform with more scrapbook paper or printables. I just glued together a bunch of scraps, but we're gonna glue a bed on top, so hopefully it won't be noticeable. I glue the platform next to the bathroom, then I cut 2 L shapes out of foam board. The bottom measures 2 inches and the sides are 1 inch. I thought we could do like a Sims cutaway wall type of vibe and glue it on the other side of the platform. But then I thought if we cut 2 and glue them with a tiny bit of space between them, then we can just slide clear plastic between them and have a removable glass wall. This does have a protective coating on it, so we're gonna peel that off. These measure 14 by 11 inches because they are from our shadow box rooms. Our little glass walls don't give a lot of privacy, but they do let in a lot of light. We could put a little frosted contact paper on them to make it feel a little more like a wall. And this film is clingy, so it's easy to remove in case I change my mind. I think this is a great idea. Even though our bathroom is small and tucked into a corner, we have a removable wall that makes it easy for us to open up this space. Let's add another side wall. Before gluing it down, I cut out 2 large windows. To make sure we still get that light, I take 2 small scraps of foam board and glue them together. Cover it with leftover scrapbook paper to make a shelf, and let's glue it above the refrigerator. to bring a little of that warm brown over and give us a little shelving. And the basic structure of our room is pretty much done. This is definitely a lot more space. It's about 46 inches across, 16 inches tall, and about 20 inches back. It is definitely going to take a minute to decorate this space. So right now, we're just going to add a few pieces. Like the original bed, we made it in our studio apartment in one day video, and it does have storage. Oh wow, we have Totally Tiny in there. Add the bedding to make it comfy. I brought in some Amazon chairs and a Barbie table. Let's take the cutouts from the window, cut and glue them together to make a quick desk. Add a chair and a laptop. I added a quick little 1/2-inch strip in the back for extra support. Now we can add a sofa. It's green. I want it to be cream, but this is what we got, so we're using it. Or I can go with our 80s sofa. It's a little brighter, it brings in more color, however it is pretty large. Add a few books to the bookcase. I added several of our free printables and some mini brands books. I even have a book from a doll friend. And since it's December, let's add a tree for the holidays. I'm kind of in love with these little glass trees from Target. This one was $1, and they have some that light up. So maybe it can give our dollhouse a little glow. But they are glass, so you've been warned. And I'm removing the film from the glass wall. Sorry dolls, no privacy. I want to see the bathroom. And let's add one of our paper house plants. Overall, I am pretty happy with this little makeover. The dolls have a lot more space. The bathroom is now a permanent part of the home, and I think we're gonna get some great photos here. Thank you for joining us for another Extreme Dollhouse makeover. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to ring the bell and follow us on Instagram at MyFroggyStuff, the Frog Vlog, and Bella of MyFroggyStuff. And we will see you next time. Bye!
Yes, every time the snow is falling down and it is cold.